All right, all of us. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. And anything, Emma, you feel like you want on there? If you have a website, I can QR you.
Yeah. Yeah. There's. I have got a website. It's emmapunkmeyer.deviantart.com.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so just take. I mean, if you could put the Black Road Dream pictures on there, that'd be fantastic. You can take those. Anything on there. You're welcome. But I mean, I'd really like those ones to go up there because they're a sequence of 4, so that'd be really good. Yeah, yeah. If you
Sure. Well,
can.
I have a lot of film, and I'm able to screen grab it with pretty high resolution because I
Yeah,
took 4K video. I
yeah,
get good pictures from last year when I was interviewing you with your pieces.
yeah, yeah. That'd be great. Thanks a lot. That'd be great if you put those ones. But they're some of the recent stuff. Yeah, that'd be good. Them
Well, now
sequence.
that you made it out to Camden on Saturday, then now you can officially be called Free Art Freeze Art.
Yes, I did. I did make it to Camden. Yes, and
Yeah. A solid 45-minute stint.
Yeah, I stuck it out for about an hour, and I started talking to this lady, and she said she was talking about Art Brut, and I said, oh yes, that was Jean de Buffet, but I should have remembered his name, shouldn't I? Because you've got the food hall there, but you've got the Indian buffet, Jean de Buffet.
Jean de Buffet.
I should remember.
Buffet.
Yeah, I should have remembered that, shouldn't I? So that was her, and then. She also mentioned Paul Delvaux, and I said, "Oh, he liked Naughty Nuns." And the reason why I remembered that was because the Damned used to play around, Camden, that area, the Damned, and they used to have little girls dressed up as a naughty nun, from like a Delvaux painting. So that's another reason why I remembered that. So it's very, I thought that was a bit relevant to Camden, but yeah.
Well,
So that's yeah.
help me out with the Art Brut, because Rose and I were watching the video, and you were telling a lady, I think of somebody in the video, that Art Brut had to do with the mentally ill. Is that true?
Yes, that's true. John de Buffet collected work from outsiders, people in mental hospital. So Alwaz Corbaz, Adolf Wolfe, people, in mental hospitals, and untrained artists, you might call primitive or naive artists, and it's outsider art. I think it's now generally called outsider art, but that's what he sort of did. So he collected those works and he wrote about them. So that's he's associated with that. So yes. But I think it's now called outsider art generally. So that's what is art brut. But it means raw, untrained. It's art brut, So
Right.
that's what he did. Yeah. So there's some great artists, in that respect.
Well, free art can become the new outsider art, we'll be the only outside of outsiders. Outside of outsiders.
Well, we're literally outside.
Yeah,
so,
outside. Fresh air art.
Like you want.
Yeah.
It's the Fafa fanzine.
Excellent. Yeah. Wow, did this just come out?
Well, about 10 years ago, I did a Black Ivory magazine, and I've got loads of them upstairs. So I've just taken a page out of each one, a spread rather out of each one, and that's the front, that's the back, and I'm going to stitch in handwritten, hand-drawn pages into each one.
Brilliant.
So each one's got a different front cover.
Yeah.
And because free art is Fafa, it's the Fafa fanzine.
Fafa, yeah.
Fafa fanzine. I love it. I like that. What a good idea to use old stuff like that. That's good.
I know. See, what am I going to do with these old things? Because it's they're 10 years old. I've got boxes of them, so just try and get them out the door. But yeah.
So you're going to be handing those out?
Yeah, these will be part of the giveaway.
Your giveaways, yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So at Camden, what happened to you? You were doing a memorial for one of the Camden punkers there, G-Boy. You said what happened?
Oh, G-Boy died. Yeah, G-Boy died.
You made cards. You made lawns of him and everything.
Yeah, I know. It's very sad. Really nice man. It's always the nice people that die. all the people don't like just keep on living. But G Boy was,
Oh, big Dolly on
yeah.
us. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's so sad to see. And I look, I mean, I don't know, I don't want to say anything in case it's confidential, you know. So, but it's just really sad. And yeah, someone, because when I arrived, the memorial was already there, so I don't know who put it together. But Zombie came up, and Zombie sent me a message on Instagram, but he sent it to a different account. He sent it to the wrong account. But apparently, the message said, "Can you bring a blonde card of G Boy for the memorial?" And luckily, I had some anyway. So yeah, Zombie put one of the G Boy blonde cards on there.
I saw that, or I saw you showing one or something in the video. Yeah.
Yeah. No, just I mean, yeah. I mean, I should have asked him because we had conversations and that, and he used to super glue these spikes to his head, you know, and he told me I think super glue was actually invented for operations. I don't know. I can't remember.
It can be. It used to have stitching, and now they glue. They do glue. Yeah, together. Yeah.
But no, nice man, passed away. Yeah, so that's that really.
Speaking of super glue,
Yeah.
I made these things. I'm waiting for them to dry, but there's a place. It's funny because there's a town called Cooperstown, and you interviewed a guy from Cooperstown. I think I told you last week at Camden, and I made 4 of these. These it's a it's a theme show, and I know you've probably read about it, Edgeworth, but Emma doesn't know. It's 10 by 10. You're limited to 4 10 by 10s. So this is 10 by 10 inches, and it's a QR and oil, but it takes you to my website, and I have 4 of these. One takes it to the movie I made of us last year, and they're different colors each one, and one goes to Camden Market Free Art Man, goes to one of your videos, the one with Cooperstown, the one where you're interviewing, because maybe he'll see it, and the other one is me asking the world for walls so Rose and I can show our recent big paintings we did.
Yeah.
So it's a call to help. But the reason why I wanted to say super glue is on the back. See that little hanger?
Oh, yeah, we have those. Yeah.
The super glue. I went and got super glue at the dollar store for $1. And I never used super glue, maybe once in my life, but I've forgotten. It's scary stuff. I just put it on there, touched it on there, and it was I couldn't rip it off immediately.
I do use a little bit. I do use it because I do collage sometimes on my work.
Don't breathe it in.
Oh, you only need that. I have my fingers stuck together. You know, it can. You know, you have to peel it off afterwards, and that's just the tiniest. I only use the tiniest bit because, and as soon as you put that thing, you can't sort of say, "Oh, yeah, I'll move that slightly." That item, you can't do that. It will just tear the cat. Once you put it there, it will just, and that's it. You have to really place it carefully because otherwise,
one of them's crooked because of what you just said. I have one that the other one is like sideways. But anyway, let me set it down.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, it is scary stuff, super glue. Yeah. And, no, a blob of it, get that on your fingers and it sticks your fingers together and it can pull your skin and you have to peel it off your fingers and everything. Yeah, it is quite scary.
You can do a lot of damage with it. I know you can glue things that people don't want glued, you know? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so more about the booklet. Let's brainstorm the idea there because I could use some help.
Yeah, I've got 3 pages. What, who, and us. So that you got what is Free Art Freeze Art, who it is, and then a picture of Black Ivory.
So I have I'm going to do individual pages of the 3 of us. I don't know about Off Grid Life yet because he hasn't done it yet. So I want to be able to make sure, he's on board. I'll mention him. I'll give him a mention.
He's got loads of really good claymation video. I still haven't done the claymation Off-Grid Life paintings because every time I think I'll do those, something comes up. But
I'm going to put him on. I'm going to put him in the booklet just for the hell of it and say what he's doing this summer. That he's going to go up to on the Rideau Canal and
Yeah.
kayak and do free art. I'd love to see it. I hope he makes many videos. He'll have a blast doing it.
You could make a good page of Off Grid Life's claymation videos because they're very bright colours. They would
You're
look really
right.
good.
You're
Blue,
right.
red, AI claymation vids. Yeah, that would
I'm
be a good
definitely
page.
stealing your design. I was talking to Rose last night about it and saying, you might not be an overall designer, graphic designer, but you definitely have it represents you. When you make something, it's you. So
Oh, thanks.
that's a success. And
Yeah.
even though I want to keep to that theme because I want that to be me. So that's what I'm
Well,
stealing
it's
from
good.
you.
It's good if Freeze Art as a brand makes sense.
Yeah.
Sure. So the
So
impact, I'm using
it's
the
good
impact
if it
font.
looks like mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They recognise your style and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do.
I
yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
I don't think I'll
learning.
be able to match it because I'm just working from memory. But I'll play. I know there's a lot of color. Impact font. I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
So okay. So I have those things. I know I have the movie. I want to promote the movie, obviously. So I have a page for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A to Z.
I also did some quotes. If you guys want to play a little game, I copied some. I want to do a quote page.
We
My
should have
quote.
a game every podcast. This is the third game we've played.
Yeah.
We should
Oh.
have a game section to the podcast.
Well, this is less a game and more of a like a think out loud wordplay sort of thing. Because I took
Free
I asked
association.
I asked AI to go into a couple books of mine and take out, which was kind of amazing that it did this. All right, I just gave it my text of my books, my writing, and I said pick out up to 15 or 20 poignant statements about art, or that might be provocative but are articulate. Make them about one line, and in seconds, going through thousands and thousands and thousands of words, it came up with these.
Amazing.
Oh, right. Oh,
So,
Well, I
so,
don't know yet, but yeah.
so
we
I'm going to throw.
assume it's amazing.
I'll throw a random statement out, and we'll talk about it for a second. If it gets boring, we'll just go to something else.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Freeze art, freeze art. No, that's I'm joking. All human beings are latent geniuses.
Yeah. That's it.
Nearly all. I think that there's your
Yeah.
exceptions, but nearly all of us we've got that
Yep.
firepower in us. It's just gathering it together and firing it at the right thing.
Yeah.
Well, you had a whole podcast about that with your cousin. I mean,
yeah. Did you listen to John Stone Chats?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
But
Emma.
yeah. But about your cousin's a latent genius, is he?
Yes, he is. Yeah, Arthur's a genius. Yeah, he is.
but it was latent, meaning we don't know unless they do something with it. That's all I meant by that. It's like, it's in us. I would say the same almost about monkeys. I would say all monkeys are latent monkey geniuses. It's like,
well, they've done experiments. There's some things they can do. Is they can add up numbers very, very quickly with chimpanzees. They can do it quicker than humans can, and they can.
I've seen that on telly.
They're just that their brains. I mean, if you've got that type of brain that's evolved for picking out fruit and deciphering prey, perhaps in a leafy, that type of thing, they can do it very, very quickly. They can do it more quickly than humans.
There's one thing I saw where the monkey looks at a screen and it flashes the image.
Yeah.
And then it comes back on and it does them in the order it was in.
Yeah.
And I can't do it.
Humans can't do that, but they can. Well, then they would have evolved to be able to do that because they need to see
in the wild.
Yeah, or in the wild. So that's more suited to their abilities anyway. But I don't. Intelligence is a different type of intelligence. They have.
Aren't chimpanzees predominantly left-handed?
I'm not sure.
Parrots. I think parrots are left-clawed. You're left-handed one. I think 10% of the population are left-handed, but 20% of Mensa members are left-handed.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So there's that.
What members? What was that last part? 20%. What was that statistic?
20% of Mensa members are left-handed, as opposed to 10% of the general population.
Yeah.
And I think parrots, who are parrots are predominantly left clawed or winged, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think chimpanzees might be predominantly left-handed. I'm not sure about that one.
Ooh, and they're aggressive too. That's not good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they snap. Yeah.
Here's something completely different. It has nothing to do with a real monkey. But did you ever go on line on a video and it shows a bunch of people two teams playing basketball, and then at the end it asks you if you saw the gorilla?
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Well, I mean, I could even be telling you this. You could watch it and not see the gorilla.
Yeah.
And it's a social psychology thing about subliminal advertising, and it's where they realize that you can, if something flashes up, you'll get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if Black Ivory, if Free Art Free's art rather could master that.
So, there's also something called the Sullivan Nod, Edgeworth. You can do this in Camden. When I was working at Pizza Hut, which is like a McDonald's of pizza here in the United States. When I was young, they sat us all around. Even though I was a cook, I had to sit in on the server meetings. And they had a salesman come in and talk about the Sullivan Nod, which is a nod. And this is also tried and true with social psychology backing it. If you nod to somebody, would you like pepperoni on that? And you're doing this.
They'll
say, "Oh, sure." So when you're doing the free art, say, instead of saying, "Here, I'll give you a booklet," say, "You'll like a booklet. I'll give you a booklet."
That implies a certain what's the word, confidentiality between you as well, doesn't it? You're in on, it does.
It does.
Yeah.
It's called the Sullivan Nod if you ever need to do it when you're out on the street giving away paintings.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to another one. There are this is going to be a deep one if we think about it. There are no heroes in art.
No, that I see what you mean. Yeah. There are no here. This is quite a deep one. Yeah. No, I think heroes are constructed as much as, because you have to think about feminist art history here, because the thing is that heroes in art do tend to be art history tends to be biographies of great male artists, and it's the artists, the lone male genius in the studio, struggling in the studio, and his sort of battle against it's for recognition, and it's his struggle, and feminist art tries to counteract that. It tends to be more collaborative. I mean, like Women House was a big collaborative feminist project, and they're saying there's other art histories and there's women's art history, and also there's this sort of thing about authorship as well. If because I mean these male artists like Titian had studios, and most of they had assistants to help them. It was from the studio of Titian, so he would have his name, but it was Titian's studio, and he would perhaps paint the finer details, the faces, and but most of it's a collaborative effort. What was called, you have to recognise that as well, that he has assistants to help with the painting. So, it's sort of it counteracts. So that's there are no heroes in art. There is a certain, it depends how you approach art history. If you took it from a feminist art history, it's probably more about a collaborative group effort, and as opposed to the more traditional art history, which is the biography of the great singular male artist. So you have to look at it. Yeah, so that's one way of looking at it.
It's funny. Your perspective is really smart. You're much smarter than me. But
it depends. It depends what type of approach you're taking. So
I think of it like heroes of art, meaning we give, whether it could be Joan Miller. Is that her name? Joan Miller. It could be a woman too, but we tend to, the gallery system limits what's out there, and it just keeps pumping more heroes at us. Philip Guston until and that's what I mean. But there's nobody else.
The gallery system, and it sort of fetishizes. I mean, when I went to see like Turner and Constable, they even had their paint boxes out with the old paints and stuff, and I think, you know, there's a reverence about it, and I think, well,
Yeah.
you know, that's their old paint. I'm looking at the painting, but and also the one thing that did sort of disrupt the whole, um, you know, the whole painting, all of the painting, was the sort of mass reproduction of the painting. I mean, it can work both ways, because you could either say, but the fact that you would have seen that painting reproduced, the mass kind of reproduction of painting makes a big difference. So the fact, and most people coming to that exhibition would have seen those paintings reproduced beforehand. Now, there's either been this sense of awe about always seeing the actual painting, the original, and you do get that sense, oh, there's this actual brush strokes on this actual brushwork, or you can have the idea, oh, you know, you have, well, I get the catalogue. In fact, you're not, you know, oh, I can look at that online. Maybe I might even not go to the gallery and see it. You can have either. It can work either way. It can either reinforce the awesomeness of the original artist work, or it can just sort of dissipate it. I'm not sure. It depends. You know, it can work. But yeah. So that's another way of looking at it. But yeah.
I think with a gallery system, and especially like with free art, or just what we're doing, is
yeah.
we're marginalized, and there's no way we're gonna, without going at it ourselves, are we
Yeah.
ever going to become. So those heroes are always going to haunt us. So
Yeah,
that
they are. I mean,
and
that's the other thing. Was there's another way of looking at it, in the saying your relations with your heroes are not Bowie-esque heroes sort of thing. I mean, who are your heroes? And at the end of the day, there are no
right,
heroes. You're going to find at some point they have free to claim. Perhaps you can't. You know, you have to find your own way. And then the whole point is that you sort of like overtake your heroes a little bit. You know, I don't know. I mean, that's the personal relationship you have with great artists. You know, you might know heroes and art. You
right.
can't expect to. Yeah, you have to find your own way, and you have to. You, in some ways, you overtake them after a bit. You feel that. Yeah, you have to replace them. You know, you can't keep looking to the past. I don't know, can you? I mean, I think you should to some extent, but you know, it's yeah. So that's a really good thing to say. That's a lot of discussion on that one. Yeah, that's a
Well, I'm
very
going to
good
put that.
point.
It's going to be these are going to be like there's going to be a nice image, very colorful image. The opacity is
Yeah,
going to be lessened, and then there'll be little statements. So if you have any statements you want to put out there, I'll put it in it for you. Just throw them at
yeah.
me. You know, if you have. I mean, I know you have enough, Edgeworth. I just don't want to. I don't want to
Heroes are
plagiarize.
art. Well, see, heroes to me implies unachievable greatness, and
Yes.
I don't feel that anyone's
That's
done
the
anything
problem. I
unachievable.
know that's the problem. They
That's
make
it.
it look like Picasso's. Don't even bother. That's the feeling, because
Yeah.
not just Picasso, even in modern contemporary art, the ones that are made, like think of the mafia. When you get made, you get you're made. You're going to get money now from the gallery system, and everybody else needs to be excluded, because I
Yeah.
think art is becoming much more popular among the masses. People want to make art, and
Yeah.
then how do you separate the wheat from the chaff? Well, you don't. And but the galleries, if they're going to make any money, they have to pretend that they can, and
Yeah.
that's so they heroify. They make great people out of. They make the story more than the painting itself.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
And
they have to.
uh,
And the other thing is you've got to remember again. I mean, with the church, how is art produced? Because you got the church was the main patron of the art. So with Leonardo, when you say the workshop of Leonardo
right,
da Vinci, that would be the workshop, but there wouldn't be that type of idea of perhaps authorship or the great male artist. It would come from the workshop of Da Vinci. And in Renaissance time, with Vasari's Life of Artists, you do see a certain rivalry. They just start becoming more like personalities, and there's a certain amount of gossip. You know, he wrote the Lives of Artists. That's the main source for Renaissance, art historians. But there you see, he likes the personal stories. He liked the gossip between the rivalries between the artists. So there was that going on. But really, it's all funded by the church, and it's probably only when you get the more rise of the merchant class, you get a more individualistic Rembrandt type of art. Because if you think about it, if you've got a lot of money, you're a wealthy sort of merchant or businessman, and you've just bought a nice house, what are you going to want in a
No
painting?
photography. Better hire an illustrator.
Yes, yeah, photography makes a difference. But if you think about it, if you know, say around the 17th century, if you're enough, you know, in the merchant class, you make a lot of money. You want a portrait of your wife, your kids, and you don't. So the sways now from religious painting into individual houses, and so I think the great artist comes along with the individualisation of actual painting. That what you
Yeah,
want,
individualization. Yep. Yep.
yeah, you want to be, and you want to sort of like have your sense of status reaffirmed by the painting. So here I am in my gold chain as the mayor, and I've got here's my wife, and here are my children, here's my little dog, you know, in your nice house. And it's a very it's moved from church where you know where you're illustrating stories from the Bible into the individual painter, you know, so that artist hero type of story, I think, starts to evolve around that time. The individual artist,
Yeah. Really
you know,
just separating. Yeah.
at the same time. But you see, Leonardo da Vinci. There's another interesting thing. He only I think he was one of the people that actually. Up to then, art was still considered very much to do with craft, and he was one of the people that actually pushed for art to be taken as a subject, as quite an intellectual subject, along with philosophy or something you could study, history or philosophy, art, not as a craft so much. He actually pushed for that to be as an intellectual discipline, or he actually pushed for that. So that is another thing. So it was still very much in Renaissance times considered just to be to do with crafts as well. So and you still get that hierarchy of sort of kind of looking down at craft as opposed to you know, illustration, graphics as opposed to fine arts. You still get a lot of that left over looking down, you know, those types of art. But you know, at the end of the day, you know that. Yeah, there's lots of you have to look at lots of different factors in art history and ways of looking at things. So, yeah, so that's quite interesting. Yes, you could do a feminist art history, or you could do quite a Marxist art history of the rise of the merchant class and how, you know, individualisation of paintings are taken away from the church and the patronage of art. You know, you could do quite a lot of that.
I'm
But the
working on the
construct,
Three Art Threes Art Future
yeah,
History. That's what we're working on now, right? Or Black
yeah,
Ivory is what you got to
yeah.
work on now.
You can,
Make your
you
history
know,
happen now,
yeah.
so they can talk about it later.
The hero artist is a construction. You know, it's a construction.
Well, it's a yeah. We get it just keeps a lot of people out of it, I guess. But whatever.
Yeah,
That's
it
a good
does.
thing to talk about. So
Yeah, nearly all art history is biography of great artists. Is the most typical form of art history that we learn, but it is a construction. You know, yeah. So
did I ever tell you did you ever hear of Henry Thoreau? Did I tell you guys this?
no,
Henry David Thoreau, he was like Ralph Emerson. He was over in Massachusetts. He wrote Walden about going off into the pond back in the 1840s. Anyway, he's a direct descendant of mine, and he wrote, "A living dog is better than a dead lion."
I think
So
that's a good thing to say.
I'm a living dog. So I don't even try to think about the past, because and the more I know about art history, the less I like what I do. So it's best to just not look at the past for me. A living dog is better than a dead lion. Remember
That's
that?
a very good phrase. That's a
Mhm.
great phrase. That yeah, that is
You're
good.
setting
Yeah,
a nice low bar for yourself, isn't it?
yeah.
Well, I'm not dead. So
I'm not
yeah,
dead yet.
everything's
Not dead
great.
yet.
Everything's going really good. I'm not
Not dead
dead.
yet.
Yeah.
So how was So Camden was good. Did you go all 3 days, or did you just make it one day?
One. Did we do? I think I did
only
one
went one
day.
day. Yeah, I only
Uh,
went one day. Yeah.
I can't remember why. The weather's been a bit unpredictable, but yeah, I'm trying to change Camden. Because Saturday was really busy. Saturday was, I mean, I'm doing less days, but each day's better. But now I know how I need to be doing it better, and I've got loads of ideas for new series of work, and I want to get them done because I don't know, once I've done one video for one series of work, I want the next video to have different work in it.
Wow. Yeah, that's ambitious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I've got some. Oh yes, I've got some crypto social artwork. Yeah.
Good.
Have I shown you these already? These ones.
Yes, I saw
Right.
I
Yeah.
saw that last week.
Yeah.
I've not taken them to Camden yet because I need to. Before I start promoting all these crypto social sites, I need to make sure that I've got plenty of the coin myself, so I benefit from any, rise in its value. I've just
Right.
worked out how to buy Steam It and
Finally.
Swap Hive. I've not worked out how to buy Hive yet, but I've worked out how to buy Swap Hive.
Swap Hive. I know what that's about because I had to use it for the NFT showroom that I'm doing now.
Yes, I think it's pegged to Hive.
It
So
is.
as long as I suppose I'd like to have Hive, like, because I want to have the right amount of blurt power, steam power, and I'm less familiar with Ecency, but I imagine it's probably better for me to have Hive in Ecency than just have Swap Hive on Hive Engine. So
Yes.
I've got to figure out how to turn my Swap Hive into Hive and get it into my Ecency wallet.
Write down this Hive keychain. Write down Hive keychain.
Hive keychain.
Hive keychain is it's a wallet that just deals with Hive and Swap Hive, but it also deals with all the. You're gonna like this. You know why? All those little things that Off Grid Life, all those other stable coins like Sports Talk and Tribe.
Helios, yeah.
All of that's on Hive keychain, where it just literally gives you all of what you can go to a page and it shows everything that you have, and you can swap it.
If
What's
I go
that?
to Hive keychain, it shows all the stuff I've got on the Hive blockchain.
Yes.
So not my blurt and my Steam.
No.
I see the Hive stuff.
So
Yeah.
all those hashtags you do for each post, that's those places are on there. So I always just what do you do? I power up for those things like Sports Talk. I just what do you call it? Stake. I stake it. So I stake all those little ones every time I get it, and they're pennies right now. It's a couple dollars on each one, but I just telling you, there's 2 million followers on 2 million users of the Hive Engine network. 2 million's a lot. So
right, I need to get some more. I want to get my blurt power up to 1 million. I want 1 million blurt power, and that's when you're like doing really well. I think that's my goal, and that's a long way off.
Yep.
And the Steam, I get that up and the Ecency, but
it's a long game. It's definitely a long game.
It is. I'll do a little bit at a time, and then I'll take the what I've got there, those LPs, to Camden, and I'll do a day where I do like maybe 3 separate videos. I'll do a not John P. What they called? I'll do a blurt video, Steam it, and have 3 videos and then one overall. And stick them on the Steam and try and just push them all out all over the place.
It's London. I was watching a video today of you or me or whatever because I'm taking screenshots, and just the amount of people just constantly walking through, just walking.
Yeah.
It's what a stream of humanity that you get there.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah.
Oh, did you give any away on Saturday, Emma?
I did. I gave about 7 of them. Yeah.
Excellent.
7 prints. One of them came back and said, "That's a really nice print. Thanks. You thanked me for it." You hand it out and they go, she came back and told me it was a nice print. So I was pleased about that. That was very encouraging. I also went to see a exhibition. I'll just show you that one. That's that one because that's his name's Patrick Hurahan, and
did you go to Highgate Gallery for that?
Highgate Gallery for that one, and he's a surrealist. He does some surrealist, and he does all these assemblage boxes. You see, he buy, and it looked like he got stuff from like car boot sales and stuff like that, and he puts them all in these they're very old fashioned, like Eileen Agar. They're sort of surrealist assemblages. They're sort of it was and they were really good to look at. They were really quite interesting.
I saw the posts on Instagram. That's how I knew it was from Highgate because I recognized it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and then he does these paintings. It's called Dark Carnival, but he does these paintings, which I think they're quite amazing as well. So yeah,
Yeah, they are. That's nice.
it's an old-fashioned surrealist, really. It's good traditional surrealist painting. So, yeah, I really liked it, so I thought I bought that to show you. Yeah, so.
Oh, I've done a new poster. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. Yeah. My pop art.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Not true.
Could you lower it a little bit because my stupid words around my phone are not okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to hear all about this. Okay, what's going on?
Yeah, you've seen that.
If you don't mind talking, if you want to talk about any of this, my ears are open.
Yeah.
Someone phoned me up.
Yeah.
I said, "Have you read Really Childish Biography by Ted Kessler?"
Oh no.
I was like, "No," and he goes, "Well, you don't want to, because you're in it and it's not good."
So what does it say? Do you know?
It says this.
Oh right. Well,
Here we are.
Oh, this is. Oh, not true.
At least you're in somebody's biography.
I mean, I didn't. I said you can take me out. I said I never asked to be in this flipping book. When they played together, it's Hegel's Horse. Is Johnson like the rhythm section, Childish frontman? No. This is what Billy's quoted as saying. No one, the guitarist, the singer, the drummer, rhythm is very important to the painting. Edruff might play a bit of bass on it.
Oh, really?
A bit of bass.
I was flicking out.
Edruff might play the cowbell.
You won't give him full credit for your work.
Full credit, flipping nothing.
Yeah.
Playing a bit of bass. So I don't know what's happened there. I don't know. Something's gone wrong. Yeah. So I thought, what do I do? Because that book's in production now. So we've got all these little bits of poison going all around the world, saying all this rubbish about me in Hegel's Horse. Yes. So I'm going to have to do a whole series of work to try and antidote the poison.
Well, you know what? That will definitely put out a lot of work from you, just like Deblaine Labas there or whatever.
That's it. I mean, I said, I was talking to somebody else about this. I said, the words in Japan is problem and opportunity are the same word. I don't know if it's Japan. Whenever you get a problem, think to yourself, what's the opportunity?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do that all the time. Yes.
Yeah. So
this is an opportunity to give your side of the story. And to
I mean, your back's against the wall. Yeah, because someone's put something out about you that's not true and negative. And the bloke that did the book didn't check this out with me or nothing.
Yeah.
Which is, yes, that's not good. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you're going to put something negative about me in the book and you don't check, just don't put me in the book.
Negative about you, it's just not giving you any credit for.
Yeah, but he should have checked that, I'd have thought. I mean, it said, look, so-and-so says this about you, you know. Yeah. I don't get it at all. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I read it. So anyway, now I'm going to counter it with a load of work, and I
think that's the best way.
Yeah, because otherwise, it's everyone who reads that book and reads that thing, and anyone who knows about Hegel's Horse is going to think, oh well, Edruff doesn't really do anything, you know. So Billy does it. Edruff just sort of.
Well, it makes you sound like an assistant. Makes you sound like you're the helper.
Like, yeah, I mean that's fine, but people are still going to check out your work. It is an opportunity to do more.
Yeah, but it's not true.
Yes, but when people see your work, I mean, it doesn't really matter.
I'm not interested in that.
It doesn't really matter whether you did a great amount on that or not. Everyone will see your work, and that's the main thing.
Emma, it's not true.
Well, it's not
I'm
true.
not having people read rubbish about my work. Yeah. That's not true. I mean, if it's positive, great, but it's negative. It's negative.
Check out your work.
I don't care if they check out my work, Emma. No one.
No, they're not going to. It sounds like it's a passing thing, and it's not a nice thing to write. It's
Yeah, if you're going to put something in like that, at least check if it's true with me first.
Yeah.
But the first I heard about it, somebody phoned me up and told me, and this book's already been out. I don't know how long, a year or something.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I mean, so now I've got this to flipping deal with. So, yeah, not great. But like you say, turn it into a positive. Yeah. Make some work out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do some pictures.
Yeah.
Turn it into a positive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Didn't this happen to you in the New York Times also?
What's that, sorry?
Didn't this happen in the New York Times with you too?
I think the New York Times was a positive thing.
Okay.
They wrote something positive. Yeah, no, that was a good thing, that one. No, but I don't know what happened because Billy, I can't believe Billy would have said that. I mean, why would he? He's never said anything like that to my face, so I can't believe he would have said that. So something, unless it was maybe like he meant it as a joke, and the way it was put in the book gave no indication that he was joking. That's possible. I wasn't there, but what it is in the book is totally unacceptable. So yeah, I've got to. Got to try and put a load of stuff out.
So this person who told you about it obviously has the book. Do you want to get a hold of it, or no? You don't want to read it yourself, or see what else he says?
I bought it on Kindle, and I read the bits. I read the bits about that are sort of like around the bits about me, but I'm not going to read the whole. I mean, the book's like 300 pages.
Well, no, I meant to see where else you would know that he's full of garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like if you read like a chapter, you go, I know that about Billy, and that's not true, or this or that, or this or that.
I just don't have the time. I'm a
slow reader. Obviously, me neither.
Yeah, for me to read 300 pages, that would take I don't know, a week.
Right, it'd have to be riveting work, right?
I read slower than I talk. You know what I mean? You know, some people can scan read.
Yeah.
When I read, I talk it to myself in my head, and a lot of the time my mind wanders, so I have to go back and read. It takes me ages to read a book.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like that. I'm like that. Depending on the night and the mood, I have to go back and read paragraphs again.
Yeah,
but sometimes I'm fluid. Sometimes it works.
Yeah, I do have to.
I'm a bit of a dunce when it comes to stuff like that. At school, I wasn't good.
I mean, I'm quite.
I was horrible at school.
I do have to go back and look at stuff again when I read it. I do have to sort of go.
But you read a lot though.
Yeah, I do read a lot, but I have to. I have to sort of remind myself. I have to find.
Yeah, but when you do read it, you ingest it, Emma. You're a walking encyclopedia.
Well, I'm not really because I have to look it up.
Well,
I mean, off the cuff, you have a lot of good art history stories.
Well, I mean, but I do scrutinise because I did call him out there. He didn't give. Well, again, it's the same thing. He didn't really give credit for his. He came out with something and he acted like,
the world. It was saving the planet. You're not saving the planet. You're saving us.
Yeah, well, he said.
And J.G. Ballard said that.
It was. He famously said it, but it's not as if he was saying, "Oh, as J.G. Ballard said, the planet will save itself. It's us that has to worry, or to, he didn't say."
Right.
Yeah, but I always say that is
do you think it's possible?
The planet will save it, and we're the ones that have to worry. He said it as though I said it. I always said it.
Is it possible that he had that thought independently and isn't aware that...
No, because he's actually in another interview. He does mention Ballard. It's a bit like Ballard, isn't it? So he would have heard
in that
it.
case,
he would have heard it.
Yeah,
he would have heard it.
Likely.
So he would have read it. So the point is that he's just acted like I thought it off the top of my head, and that line between what someone else said. And there was no sort of deference really on his part. He should. I mean, if you're a TV presenter and if you're going to do, I don't say that you have to. I just think if you're a TV presenter and you should acknowledge your sources and you should sort of say where it comes from. You can't just act like you just thought it off the top. You thought it yourself, or I always say, where did you get it from? So that's what I'm saying.
You should see if are you on? Do you talk to Black Francis at all with email?
Last time I messaged him on his 60th birthday, so that was over a year ago.
Yeah. Well, he's coming on. Pixies are coming on tour in the UK, so if you're a Camden, you should tell him to come by Camden. Seriously.
I got one of his paintings today. I'll show you. It's a really good one. Hang on.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Don't tell anyone your address on this podcast. They're going to run into your house and steal it.
Yeah, he's And also that I don't know if you saw that film of Edgeworth putting up that picture free art in the wind and it was blowing out. You know,
Yes, yes, I did.
That's the hero artist battling the elements, isn't it? That is really that's a good. I took that film. That's a hero art.
That's
That's
hero.
definitely a hero artist battling the elements.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be famous someday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so this is.
Oh, that's Black Francis.
Yeah. Can I just hang on?
Is that a collaboration or just his?
No, it's just him. So what I'll do, I'll put this up in
Nice.
Yes, good. I'll put this up in Black Ivory. Where what I'll do, I'll clear out my where we play our music, and we can have it up on the wall for musical inspiration.
Yeah, that'd be really good. And if
Is
the
it-
playing front of it would be nice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could. That's.
Is it signed?
I think the other Charles, I think Stuckish Charles has signed it because.
Oh no, by Charles Thompson Pixies.
Yeah, but he wouldn't put his own band name. That must be Charles. Probably wrote that. The other Charles.
Right.
Stuckish Charles.
Ah.
No, I don't think it's signed.
Oh.
I mean.
Because that right there would be at least, that'd be like 20 grand right there if it was signed. You'd be able to cash that in and say, take a picture of it.
Well,
No, I won't sell it. That's not for sale.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
But it is. It's valuable.
Yeah.
It is
Well, I hope we don't
Celebrity
get
art.
burgled. Now put that on the internet.
Well, you're in Crouch End. You don't have to worry, but nobody's going to know where you are.
Yeah, that's right. We're Crouch End. Yeah,
So-
give the address to someone we don't like.
So he's coming to, like, they just finished.
Not you. So what's that?
They finished their tour in China, and they're heading to the UK and Ireland. So
Oh,
I
good.
follow him on Instagram. But I got a feeling he'd come and check it out and do an interview.
Maybe. I saw him play live quite recently because a friend of mine had tickets to go and see him, and they bought me a ticket. So I saw them maybe a year or two ago at Brixton. So good. I mean, so good.
They're quite simple on
They're
stage.
one of the best bands they've ever been for me. You've got Nirvana, Pixies, Pumpkins, Hendrix. You know, these people, like you said about Heroes earlier. You know, your Mount Rushmores. You know,
they're innovators.
Mount Rushmores.
Yeah.
I think they created something that a lot of people follow. I don't know much about the Pixies or Nirvana, but the Pixies Nirvana sounds a lot like they took from the Pixies. Am I close? Like, well, a lot of their feel came from hearing the Pixies first.
I mean, that's what Kurt Cobain said, and
he did.
I think when they did "Smells Like Teen Spirit," they almost didn't publish that song because they were worried people would think they're ripping off the Pixies.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that's the Pixies were innovators. They just did something that other people just jumped. You know, they got what they could out of it. You know, just like I steal from you. You know, they just steal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Brilliant band. And they were around just a little bit before. Like I think Pixies broke up around 91 when a lot of those grungy bands were sort of kicking off.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, they're fan. I mean, if you look at like Frank Black's music, Frank Black did an album Teenager of the Year. It's got loads of songs on it. Every single one of those songs you'd think could be a single. And that
I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it when I'm done.
I mean, yeah.
Rose likes Frank Black.
He's got that kind of knack, you know. Some people sound good. Like Kurt Cobain just sounded good. Didn't really matter what he was doing or playing. Some people just sound good.
Frank, what's the name of that album? Frank Black's
Teenager of the Year.
Thanks.
I mean, there's listen to that one.
But I'm going to go to his hometown. I'm planning on stopping in Amherst and doing free art on the green.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm heading to Boston to do it. I don't have a date yet, but this summer. So I'm going to stop in Amherst, do it there, and then go to
Yeah.
Boston. It's on the way. And
So you now are you going to do a film of your tour?
yes, anytime
Your
I do it,
field
I'll be
trip.
filming it. Anytime.
Brilliant.
And it's now, it's still, believe it or not, freezing cold. It was I got to get this conversion chart for Celsius, but it's too cold to do anything.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
actually
think I was
cold
telling you last
too.
week that I'm waiting for that 3 days in a row that are over. Let me just shoot this out here: 19 degrees Celsius. You know, there hasn't been.
No,
So
it's actually 14 here. It's gone. The temperature's gone down, and it's been chucking it
probably
down.
14 then.
We
We
get
have to
we
wear a coat.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, I'm sort of wearing my summer stuff, and everyone else is in coats and things.
the weather was a lot better the last year.
Yeah, it was.
Last year, when On and I got back from Thailand on March 20th, it was so warm that when we were carrying our suitcases from the station to the house, we were in t-shirt and shorts still from Thailand.
Yeah.
We didn't even put jackets on. It was warm in March. We had a couple of false starts this year for summer, and then now we're in like a bad patch. It was raining hailstones today in London.
It hailed here last night, so maybe that was the same weather.
But it's
yeah.
good. It gives us
when
a
I was
chance
out there
to
in
get
April.
Camden.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just stay in paint if it's if it's cold and wet, and then I'll You see, this is why I should be like my artist here, like Monet painting out in the snow, the magpie and everything. But I just don't.
Well, Cézanne.
Yes.
Cézanne died because he was out painting in the rain.
Yeah. He got you, May, I suppose.
That's killed him.
How old was he? Do you think around?
Not old, Cézanne.
No, I don't think
50s,
so.
60s, maybe. Not old.
That old. No. Yeah. It's so I stay indoors and I'm working on the set of. I finished a painting yesterday and I've started.
All right.
Yeah, started a new one now. But I'm not going to upload them because they're part of a series, so I'm going to try and put them all up together. But if
Are you
can
going to have a show of them?
Pro Dream series, that's fantastic. From that, that's all on my website. That's my note. But I like to put them up together because I think they make more of an impact together. So and it's from a ballad. It's It's called Postcards from Vermilion Sand. So I'm just doing pictures from the book, in my own version of it. So that's from Ballard as well. So I'm working.
How do you set up? Do you have a little studio space in your apartment?
I do. I have a big table, and I've got loads and loads of all my stuffs there, the paints, the books, and it's just 2 tables, and I can work. And I keep shoving it all over. And then there's a big part I have to go through it now and then and try and sort it out. But
we have a mutual acquaintance. I won't name any names, but who seems to be getting rid of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we do. Yes, that's so.
There's something in the air.
Something in the air. Yeah.
All having to clear out.
All having to clear out, and it's a lot of stuff going around, isn't it? Yeah, going around. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I've been to that mutual acquaintance's place, and it's time.
I know.
Because that mutual acquaintance has to levitate to get around.
Yeah, piles and piles of stuff everywhere. So
how are you getting on with your collaboration with the Rose? Are they going to find buyers? Do you reckon?
I got a free account at LinkedIn for a month, and I'm just putting up a bunch of social posts and asking for that. I have my QR code I showed you that I painted that directs everyone to a video asking for that. There's a museum called the Everson, which is in Syracuse. John Lennon and Yoko Ono opened their art Yoko's art tour in 1971 there. It's a nice museum. It's got they have a nice room for small shows, and I specifically asked them for that, and they're going to. And here's where the dreaded word comes: the committee is going to take a look at it. As soon as art goes through committee, it's no longer art. Right. Meaning, if it gets through committee, it isn't worth looking at. So
hopefully you'll get rejected.
I doubt it's going to happen, but we're going to keep trying. I told you our goal was just show them. I have one person who's going to buy one, which is nice because this is not free art. This is Rose wants money for these. And so, okay, it's good. It's good.
Mm.
She got her first droning job this week, which was a big deal. For a real estate agent, she went and took video flying over 70 acres of land that's for sale. So she gets paid for that, and she's coming up with an idea for post-retirement time for us to make some money together. Is that I'm going to get my license too, and for money, we're going to do this for real estate. We'll do drones, for a company.
Oh, so that's good. So you
Brilliant.
get some nice aerial shots and some nice shots around the house, and using the drone. Yes, because she got a bit of practice on the film, didn't she?
She has to have here in the U.S. You have to be licensed like a pilot. You have to go through a major course. You have to take a test at an airport.
Yeah.
To get a commercial license, which she has.
Yeah, you have to, because I suppose it can interfere with flight paths and things. Yeah, that's what you.
Oh, yes, and there's all kinds of math involved that's going to scare me to death.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about, because we have to think of ways to make money outside of art that we're doing. I'm still trying the free art freeze art thing, and probably for the rest of my life. All right, check this one out.
We've got Blur, Steam It, and Hive.
I know. And I'm working at. I've moved up. I've watched the money grow a little bit every week, because I keep financial track of everything.
Is it going to catch on? Because all this stuff with pass keys and stuff, unless you're quite tech savvy, isn't it too much for people? Because if I want an Instagram account, it's bing, 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 done.
Right.
And you have a memo. I had to try and find my memo public key.
Yep. I know, it's crazy.
And I'm thinking, surely there's a better way.
Right.
I mean, we've got different keys for different things. Private this, private that. It's too difficult to start, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I also think it's also unwatchable by the IRS, the tax people. I don't know. So I think that's why they do it too. Maybe.
Weird. Well, I'm declaring all mine. I mean, I don't mess with the tax man.
You have a much stronger tax world over there in the UK. Okay. You guys, you've been doing it, 800 years longer than the US.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, the one thing that's drilled into you is don't mess with the tax man. Is like Terminator. No emotion, bang. No negotiating.
No, you don't
argue about you pay your taxes. Shut up and pay your taxes.
Right. Yep. Oh, I know. It's how it is here too. But they just don't have the army of auditors.
Right.
So, but all right, how's this one? Check this one out. I got one more here. I won't bore you guys, but this one might be interesting. Do you know what a CV is?
A what?
A CV? Curricula vitae?
Yeah.
Okay.
Emma's got one.
Yeah, I've had to update mine recently. Yeah. So what's
Okay, so here it is. In art, as in life, the CV stands for correctly vetted.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah. Well, it's like Tracy Emin. She called it her CV, and she was talking about her unmade bed and everything. Yeah. So I suppose. Yeah, but like you say, correctly vetted. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Anytime I'm asked for a CV, I say nope. I don't want to even be involved with you. So.
Yeah, that's it.
Corporate validity.
Yes.
Yes, that's a good one too.
Corporate validity. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even like using the word bio. You know what I mean? Because bio has such a kind of office job ring to it, and such a gallery ring to it. And in my magazine, it says bio because I was thinking like I could just say about, but bio's got 3 letters, so I use bio. But yeah, I was in 2 minds about using the word bio in my book.
In the book you're handing out, you mean the one?
Yeah, because the other thing about it looks like I've used a template for a magazine. It's such a generic title. Here's
or
your
a website. Page. Right.
So I thought, no, go with bio.
So what's in your booklet? I'm going to write down some things that I might get. What your pages are.
Yeah.
All right, Emma, while he's getting that.
Yeah.
Right, so
Oh, no, I don't have it. Okay.
Haven't got the booklet.
front page.
What is it? Can I see it again? The front page?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just free art. Okay, and the website. Okay, yep.
Yeah, QR code, freeartfeesart.com, art by Edgeworth Johnston, and then another URL. And then,
Yep.
then a sort of a photograph with a little bit of everything in it.
It sure does. Yeah.
So you've got your music, your Camden, your painting.
Yeah, stop showing
Ecclesworth
off.
Jr.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And then here, just because I think when people read, the first thing they think is, what am I looking at? So I just give them a little bit just so that they understand the context of what it is.
Okay.
Otherwise, the worst, what I think destroys attention span the most is confusion.
Yes, I think you're right there.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I want to make sure they know exact, nice and easy. So now they're not confused. They hopefully get it.
Okay. Yep.
And
Thank
then
you. That's a
first
good one. That's a good
page,
one.
almost like a contents page, is us three.
Thank you, by the way. Yes.
No problem.
Yeah.
And then it's everything in no particular order.
Yeah.
And the one thing I was concentrating on is just the colour scheme for your page spread.
Yep.
So I wouldn't have a dark green and a light green together.
Of course not.
I saw it open. It's a dark green and a light green.
Well, what you talked about Heckle's horse, painting collabs, and
Oh, you know what I did was I had a job as a salesman.
Yeah.
And we had these picnic hampers.
Yeah.
And the sales pitch was that the glasses were made of unbreakable glass. And so I said to everyone, they sell these in Harrods. They're £99.99 each, and they're made with toughened unbreakable glass. And I opened it, and the glass is broken.
Can I see strawberry cakes? Oh yeah, let me see it. I just want to see what you're adding there.
Oh right.
You got the Bitcoin of art.
Yeah, Patia collabs.
So a couple photos. What's up top of next to Patia? What's that writing there? Just collaboration.
An explanation. An explanation.
Yep, gotcha. Yeah, okay.
My mantra was confusion is the enemy.
Yeah.
So
good one.
Nobody knows what Patia collabs means.
Right.
So I expect nobody knows what strawberry cake means. So we've got 5 albums out. So they immediately oh, we're talking about a band.
It's a band.
Straight away.
Yeah, yeah.
Nirvana covers, needs no explanation. And then Camden Market, Free Art Man.
Nice. Do you get upset that you've done so many things since then?
No. This is a time capsule, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Then Emma and I on stage.
Yeah.
Then a page of links. That's a really important page.
Got it.
You know what? I wonder.
And that's it? That's the last one?
No, sorry. No, there's more. John Ron.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah. And then here, the controversially titled bio page.
Yes, it is. And it takes you to the website? Is that what your QR does?
I don't... every page has got one. I don't know what... Oh, no. That QR code will be to Heckle's horse because it's next to the photo Billy and I.
Got it.
So that's... And then next one, Black Francis collab.
Yep. Yeah, I don't have any famous people that I can put in there. Yeah, I like that. That's funny.
Yeah, and anything anyone knows, because the thing with famous people is that, again, I know that. You know what I mean? If there's stuff people know, I think it's good. Otherwise, they'll just think, it looks like some GCSE pamphlet. You know what I mean? But if you've got people that are known, it's just something that will lock people in.
Yes, absolutely. That's important. It's the bane of being famous. He has to deal with all these other people who want to catch on to that too.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put if you put stuff in. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person you know, but it's good to have stuff in here that's something that there's existing familiarity with. So that
writing
they
that down.
know a bit about it. Yeah. So like you could have a page. Emma could have a page slagging off Grayson Perry, and you can have a photograph of Grayson Perry, not giving credit to J.G. Ballard. You know that. Oh, I know that, and that'll make them stop and have a look.
You should say
I could
Thomas
criticise.
Hessler wrote all about you, or whatever that guy's name was. Kessler.
Oh yeah, yeah. That I'm not going to do a booklet for that, but that if I was doing a booklet, that might go in. Yeah, actually, that would go in today's. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how many copies of that book are out there?
You could probably find out. Just go to
night.
Amazon and see what he's getting charged for it. You can tell about you can tell by how many reviews there are, or likes, if it's popular. So that might ease your mind or make you really mad because a lot of people are seeing it, depending on his. There's just for instance, I'm going to tell you something. This is a little anecdote. You all know about the story about Roy Lichtenstein, blah blah blah. There's so much garbage out there written about him that is guessed. Okay, so the guy's dead. He's been dead since 1998, and there's this guy named Graham Bader, I think, and he's got the degrees, the Ivy League school, both the he's got the master's or PhD in art history, and he writes books about Roy Lichtenstein. That's his strength, and he has one about him here in Oswego. He wrote about him being here. And how he came up with all of the ideas for his pop art. And it goes from Oswego right into New Jersey, where he moved to in those first couple of years until he becomes famous. This is this biography. And I don't know if you're familiar with a picture of a girl with a beach ball. It's a Roy Lichtenstein. The girl's holding up a ball like this. And it was one of the famous ones at the Leo Castelli Gallery that shot him to fame. And he interprets, this Graham Bader is interpreting what Roy Lichtenstein never said, but it's really like he sexualizes it to the point of almost like I'm blushing while I'm reading it. It's not even there's not a single word out there that Roy Lichtenstein said these things about her mouth and what she's doing with her mouth, and he's taking so many liberties as a writer. He's a professor of students, at these universities.
The thing is, if you think that about the picture, fine, just say
it. Right.
But,
and he doesn't.
To me, this means this. And I mean, especially with the Freudian oh, yeah. I mean, I think Georgia O'Keeffe had this problem with her flowers. I mean, everyone thought they were like her vagina or genitalia.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yes.
And she was actually quite upset by it, and I think she didn't really agree with it. She said, but you see, the Freudian interpretation, but of course, if you deny it, that's because you're, repressing it or something.
I don't mind.
Freud means you never have to acknowledge what anyone else actually says about anything. So the point is, but unconsciously you think that. So it's sort of like, the thing is, I don't know, but as long as you have to separate, well, that's what you see in it, but it's not necessarily what the artist intended to do or what they actually did themselves.
I don't mind people misinterpreting work, but for me, factually untrue stuff that's derogatory. Those are the two things I really don't.
Right. And I don't have the book with me to specifically show you what it, but it didn't read like, this is my opinion of what I see in it. It wasn't like an instructor talking.
What I mean, it's sort of about projection a bit. There's so much projection, and the line between what you think and what actually Lichtenstein gets very blurred, doesn't it? It all gets projected on, projection, and of course, especially Freud, is sort of like saying that, unconsciously. So it doesn't actually matter what he actually said or thought himself. It is because unconsciously he was thinking it, or it was to do with his unconscious. So that you.
He said very little actually about his work. What's the funny thing is, there's the Mickey Mouse, the famous Mickey Mouse Donald Duck one. The reason how the whole cartoon, his whole shtick with pop art came, and this is from his mouth, not anybody else's, is his son came home from school here in Oswego and said, Bobby's mother's a nurse, Fred's father's a lawyer. You're an artist and you can't draw. That's what the kid said to his father. And the father said, "Oh yeah," and he drew Mickey Mouse for him and showed him Mickey Mouse. And that's how he even had the idea that, okay, I can do this. It had nothing to do with, beach balls being sexual objects and all this stuff. It was that simple. His pop art was copying cartoons, and he would just go into the magazines and he said, I just, copied the airplane and thought about, that's, whatever.
Exactly. I mean, that's no. He was a really brilliant artist, Lichtenstein, and he also did Old Masters, and he did it his own way in the sort of cartoon style. And he was brilliant. He was an absolute pop artist, and that high and low culture, mass-produced culture, and stuff like that. I mean, with Grayson Perry, I think he just. I mean, if he's good that he's an environmentalist, but I say that, but no, actually, he should really acknowledge. He should really acknowledge his sources. And also,
Yeah.
it would give it more weight if you say he was the great science fiction writer Ballard. So it would give it more weight. No, the thing is that it's complete projection, and they're looking at what you think about the picture. It's not what the artist necessarily intended. And you really need to separate that. I think you have to make the differentiate that. Yeah.
I don't mind if people make their own stuff up about.
No, I don't mind people interpreting.
I don't either. I don't think that's a problem. But Roy Lichtenstein said, "This is what I'm doing. I'm not doing that."
Yeah.
They're going to take what they want to see out of it. That's fine. But I think if you just when you completely project your own view on it, and then don't let the action. If you say it's a biography about Lichtenstein, then you really need to quote him on it. And I think.
And he pretty much gave everybody. He told everybody what he's doing very clearly. And and then for people to make money on books when he's dead, interpreting and stuff, even though he's on record saying, no, that's not what it is. It seems disingenuous at the least.
It's really,
because this Graham Bader, he's in a powerful position. He's the kid. It costs $100,000 to go to the school where he teaches. It's $75,000 a year. Yeah. And what happens is he's showing the next generation who are going to be in museums and galleries and running them how to interpret art and what you can get away with in interpreting it. And also right back to that heroification, making Lichtenstein be something more than he was, because they said his paintings sell for $40-50 million.
Yeah.
So it's a big money scam that they just keep perpetuating. And so it's a funny little story. I did my little book on Roy.
Yeah.
And there was this big book done on him during his time in Oswego after I did mine, where they actually used a little bit of, they bought my book, the people who wrote it, right?
Yes.
And they didn't like what I wrote in it.
Oh no.
But we each gave each other a book, in goodwill sort of thing. And Graham, and sure enough, I get the book, and it was a traveling show of Roy Lichtenstein's work while he was in Oswego, here where I live. And sure enough, there's an essay by Graham Bader, an important person, writing about Roy Lichtenstein. And then there's the non-important person, me, writing about Roy Lichtenstein. But the weight of our power of persuasion to the world is so mismatched. But that's the problem. I'm trying to throughout my book, I was saying, I'm imagining this. This is my interpretation. I'm just guessing,
Yes.
There's a very limited amount of what Roy said, and I'm guessing. At least I said I'm guessing. That's all I'm saying.
That's it. Yes, that's the main thing. That's the difference, isn't it? I'm guessing.
Right.
Yes, exactly. You don't know exactly what he was thinking, but you can say, I'm guessing, and he said this to back it up, and this is what I get from it. I don't even mind somebody not even quoting them on it. If they just say this is what I get from it, and I like this paper because of this, then that's fine. And if you do put your own projections on it,
it says more about you. Exactly. It says.
But just don't say that's not in. Then just make it clear that's you, what you're saying, and not necessarily what the artist said about it. They should they don't have any sort of delineation between it's a projection, and it goes over the
I think Roy Lichtenstein was really boring as a person. I think us three are way more exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to go on record now to everyone and say none of my pictures or songs are about anything. There's no message in any of them.
Yeah.
So anything you read is the person who wrote it. It's nothing to do with me.
Actually, the funniest thing, I will say this because it was David Bowie who said this, but he was quoting a Japanese writer, and he said, the artist doesn't exist, only as a figment of everyone else's imagination, and that is just so true. That's what David Bowie, quoting this great Japanese writer, said. He said, the artist doesn't exist. He said, I really get that, only as a figment of everyone else's imagination, and I really get that, he said, and that is so true. I think it's so true. Yeah.
Okay, there was a famous Japanese artist named Hokusai, right? Hokusai?
Yeah.
that how you pronounce it? And and I always live by this quote because now that I'm aging fast, he's it's the art crazy old man, and it's basically says that when I was 40, I drew like mad. When I was 50, I thought I had the hang of it. When I was 60, I started to, appreciate what I was doing, and I'm 70 now, and I really think I'm an artist or something. I'm paraphrasing big time. And he says, when I'm 100, I'll be able to imbue all of my life with every line and dot I make. And so I thought that was neat.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So okay, guys, I'm gonna break away because it's my time.
Yeah. Okay then.
Great,
I'm
Ron.
Off. It's so nice to see you again. Anyway,
It's great to see you guys. I always is. And what I like now doing Edgeworth, and you can tell I'm doing it, is I'm annotating or not annotating. I'm writing. I'm trying to write like little blurbs about everything we say, and it comes out to be quite a lot.
Oh, it's good. Yes, the menu. Yeah.
Well, I got that from you, Edgeworth.
I want to quickly ask you, have you noticed on Blurt and all that you click like or heart and it gives you a percentage? Have you seen that?
A percentage of how much, like what? Yeah. What about it?
Yeah, well, I'm a bit worried because if I do 100%, I don't want to be giving them all my coins. Because before on Blurt, you clicked it and it just gave the same amount every time.
Okay.
But now it comes up with a percentage, and I'm a bit worried I'll click 100% and find my account's empty.
I don't think it would take. I think I don't know enough about it, but check your profile. There might be a place for you to talk about commenting.
So I'm not liking anyone's stuff at the moment. I've
got
to figure it out.
Well, I seem to like. I always like it all, and I never have a problem. I never lose energy because there's a little energy thing at the top of the thing. It tells you how much energy you have left. So I never get below 95, 96, and I'm liking all the time.
Oh, I don't know what that means. Yeah, the energy thing. I'm about 97% most of the time.
So that means as far as likes and putting posts up, and it goes back to 100 after a day of not using Blurt. It just keeps recycling and going back up. Check it out. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I don't think you're gonna lose anything, but I do know that without engagement, if you don't engage back, it all comes back for you some way. Okay. If you ever go into my Steam, if you ever go to my Steam account, it's gonna blow your mind, and you just drop down like 4 years and see what I was making. If that ever goes up, if it ever goes up, is the question. We have to get billionaires. Get Black Francis to join.
Yeah, well, I mean, I need to get myself to join. I mean, I'm on there, but I don't have enough stuff yet. But I'll be up with you guys soon. You've got a lot of Steam, Ron. So I used to have. I think I have 4,000 like Steam power now. I used to have 40,000. Wow.
And it was
a whale. You were a whale.
I was a dolphin. I was a 3 times dolphin.
Really?
10 times dolphin would have been a whale. But that was all gained. I never put a penny into it. It was all gained from putting posts up.
Really?
Really. So, and back then it was 30 cents.
Yeah, because my Steam stuff, I get like 3 cents, 5 cents all the time. So I need to, like I say, I need to have enough time to get back into it because I've neglected all that quite a lot recently. There's
one where you got about $6 or $7, and it was a good post.
Yes, there was actually. Yeah, there was. Yeah,
I
think a couple of whales helped me out with that. Yeah.
Well, we're going to get into it. I'm going to start doing a little bit of taking drastic measures where I'm going to explain to people what free art is and how we're trying to do this. So, the support is welcome. So understand that, we're working from nothing here. We're giving away our art. Give us a little love. And I'm not going to be afraid to do that. I was actually imagining a post where I talk about that. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, and when I was in 8th grade, we used to have, for junior high school, you had at the end of the year, like best of the girl and the boy who were best at something.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not joking. I was trying to become. They had an best mooch. Do you know what a mooch is? Do you know that phrase? Beggar.
Oh,
Right?
beggar.
Yeah.
You're the best
Beggar.
beggar.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be. So I really worked hard that year trying to be the best beggar for the yearbook. And I didn't get it. And the guy who got it was Brian Gordon, and he was not even close. So I had my first taste of how people can fail up really easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
I was working those people. I was saying, "What kind? You got any money for me? You got any extra lunch money?" Blah 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 blah. I would do that every day, and it was like a ham thing. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm embarrassed of it now, but then I
But
was
the
like,
school encouraged this.
"No!" It was like the one. Most people were like best athlete, best dressed.
So who was in charge of best mooch?
It would have been the same yearbook committee.
Yeah.
And
So they
yeah,
were rewarding students for being a mooch.
you got your picture in the yearbook.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the motivation for that?
What was the motivation?
Yeah, why? I wonder who thought we need to encourage these kids to mooch.
I have no idea. That's funny you should
Yeah.
ask that because I never thought about that. Everything else was positive.
Some company, confectionery company, they're doing something on pester power from kids and stuff like that. There might be some funding that you need to research behind that one actually, because it could be
That's interesting. That's a good sociological.
early forays into sort of researching kids pester power there, and
Yeah.
Well,
toy companies and
in a way, maybe it would be like it could have turned into being a good
there
salesman,
might be some
or
more to that story. That why you'd encourage kids to be the best mooch, I don't know.
And how did they monitor how much you were mooching?
well, nobody. See, it wasn't a committee that monitored it. It was a people's vote.
Oh, I see. Right.
So the people's vote would go in. So at the end of the year, Brian Gordon, he went out there and goes, "Come on!" And he was bigger than me or cooler,
Yeah.
And he wanted to have his picture in the yearbook. I wasn't going to be best athlete. I wasn't going to be best dressed. So,
Yeah.
but I was enough of a ham, a comedian or whatever, that I wanted something, and that was it. I didn't get it, so I'm not down in history in the Utica, New York history of
Well, you won Stomach Turner Prize of the Year, so you did make up for it later on in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I sure did. Emma wins it this year. Let's do do it with a bang.
I'm the nominee. I've won it this year.
Yeah,
And if the
Emma's
fuel
won it.
prices come down, maybe I'll come out and visit.
I've won it this year.
Stomach Turner Prize 2026.
Yeah, so that's good. Yeah. Okay.
All right, gang.
Anyway,
See ya.
Okay.
Thank you.
See you later.
See you then. Bye.
See you later. Thank you. Bye bye.